Out of all your guests, that Dr. Zac is one of my favorites from.
Zac
Oh my
Seidler.
God, I love him. I've listened. I just love that episode so much. It speaks to me so much. But anyway,
Oh, cool.
out of all of your guests and the information that they've brought to your podcast, what is something that you have learned that has really resonated with you and that you've taken on from one of your guests?
That we're all pretty similar. That we're all, like, no matter how different we are, we're pretty much the same.
Yeah.
In terms of what we need from life, what we want out of each other. Human beings, men, women, people in general, gender neutral, all of that. Don't cancel me.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to feel connected. Everyone wants to be part of a tribe. Everyone wants to feel like their life has meaning and has purpose. We all want some degree of stability, and we all need hope for the future.
Yeah.
And when people are isolated, they feel like they're not connected, they feel like they're not valued, they feel like they don't offer anything to society. That is when all the problems come in. Yeah. And that's when it gets very dark for people, when they can't define a reason to be here.
Yeah. Yeah.
And everyone needs a reason. And that reason is often more than just it's often more than just you and your own needs. It's usually another person, or it's a cause that makes you feel like your life's worth living.
Yeah.
And people need that. And you decide what that is too, ultimately. Yeah. And then also that it sounds cliche, but there is always hope. Like, I've had so many people on my podcast who've lived lives and been down to the depths where it's like, you're not coming back from that.
Yeah.
And people who would listen would think, like, how is this person still alive? And that's what I think often when I'm hosting the shows. But no matter how dark it gets, like, there's always hope. It can always get better. And how bad you think it is in that moment, in that span of 10 minutes or a few hours or 24 hours, where you're convinced that it's never going to get any better, and the mistakes you made, you can't ever come back from, that will not last. That period where you just can't see a way out of it, there is a way out of it, and it's not a permanent way, And I do believe that such a high percentage of men who take their lives, if they just made it through that 24 hours, because they had the person there for them, or they had a perspective that they didn't have, that they wouldn't have wanted to die ultimately. I don't think many people really, really want to die and are going to die. I think there's so many that have a day or a period of days or a period of weeks where it's so awful that they can't think of anything else and they can't see any way out of it. And you become convinced that it's never going to be any different, but it will be. Like, if you just hang on, if you can find a way to hang on, it can turn around.
Yeah.
And then also you can prepare yourself, not that your life's going to go there, and I hope for most people that it doesn't, but in terms of, the way you see the world and the water that you give to your relationships and your own mind, and the connection you have with your community, what you do for others, doing a bit of that, having that stuff always be your focus, you won't even realize, but that's going to prepare you for, if it goes down for you, people will be there for you. And then you'll also have a perspective from helping others where it will help you to get through that time if it does happen to you.
Yeah. Yeah.